Everything changed on that fateful day. Looking back, I know that whatever we did changed our lives forever.
The sky raptured and something strange came through.
It was a great adventure. It showed us how little we knew about the universe.
It was scary, yet magical.
I wish we could do it again.
You all know this beach very, very well. You know the Golden Mile stretches between two seaside entertainment piers and is mostly a sandy tourist attraction. It's not yet summer, but whatever picturesque atmosphere it would have been able to cultivate here on this Easter bank holiday is absolutely destroyed by the hastily constructed chicken wire fence, blocking off a section of the beach right in front of the local aquarium. Let me get you a map.
So what way are we approaching this? Are we approaching it from the aquarium then?
I think you're approaching it from the. It doesn't have any roads, does it? So yes, so the aquarium, the way that map is set up, the aquarium is on solid land, shall we say,
Yes.
and the things in front are the beach. So you're coming from the west.
Yes, yeah, west.
Down the hill, down the road from the market, down towards the beach.
Okay.
You can see that the marquee tents have been put up and they are hiding a section of the beach close to the road. And occasionally you'll see individuals wearing decontamination suits entering or leaving that tent. There are a few town residents stood nearby. It's gathered a crowd, people like a Lucky Lou, and there's a large cordon erected around the site. There are the occasional police officer patrolling, keeping people from getting too close. And people are gossiping and speculating about what might be going on.
Okay.
Can I try to listen to what people might be gossiping and speculating are going on?
Absolutely.
And try to remain inconspicuous while doing so.
What do you think you would like to roll for that?
I think I would like to sneak and try and I want to go and look for adults that seem like they might actually know. So I'm happy to listen to anyone's speculation, but maybe like some of the more official looking figures, if they look like they're having a conversation, like the police or someone like that, are potentially more likely to have more information. So
okay, cool. Yeah, I will accept that as the most relevant role, because you're not going to have to listen too hard to hear what most people are saying. They're just talking regular volume, they're speculating out loud. But to approach a figure like that without being noticed, without them hushing up, I think sneak is definitely the most appropriate skill.
all right, let's see how I do.
Ooh,
Hey,
nice.
Success.
I got a success.
Okay. So as you start moving through the crowd, you hear the wild speculation from local gossips. And you get up to where a police officer is talking to a couple of young kids, not that much older than you. And he is explaining an unexploded World War II bomb has been found buried in the sand beside the service tunnels on the beach, which is why there is so much security. They're keeping people back. And in reaction to that, you see the kids look kind of scared, and he assures, like he kind of tries to settle them down. No, don't worry. They've got the experts down there. You can see all of the agents, just as Daniel Raff promised you, are bearing Regis logos and insignia. And depends what you would know about Regis.
I mean, the only connection I potentially have to Regis would be through. I don't know if my dad would have any dealings with Regis. He works at the docks.
Probably only tangentially.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even that in and of itself, they are from that you would know that they are quite a what is the word that I'm looking for? A more academic sort of governing body. And it might occur to you that they're not the sort of governing body that would have bomb defusal experts.
Interesting.
They're more into research.
All right, so I'm getting the sense that there could be some lies happening here, or some twists of the truth. I will. I wanted to see. They've mentioned tunnels. Can I see the tunnels that they might be talking about?
You can't see them, but you know this beach, and you are aware of these service tunnels. You know that there's like a network of these tunnels that run underneath the town, and you know that where it would be is where the marquee is. The marquee is erected directly on top of the service tunnel.
Okay. Or like, so like directly on top of like an entrance to the tunnels?
Yes.
So the marquee is built on top of the entrance to the service tunnels. Do I know of, or because there's a massive network of them, are there other entrances to the service tunnels?
You know that there are. You don't know off the top of your head where they all might be.
Okay.
But you know that there are.
Fantastic. That's all I need. I will go scampering back to the group. And I will begin by saying, so I found out some stuff. I don't know if it's very helpful, and then begin to reel off everything that I found out. And basically say they're around the tunnel entrance, and I think that there are other entrances to the tunnel. So if they have the fairy, they might be hiding it down there. Also, they told them that there was a bomb, but they were definitely lying. Yeah, that's what I know.
Annabeth, hearing this news, thinks about what service tunnels might look like. Just long corridors. And as Becky is talking and kind of going through line portion, she drifts away from the group a little bit, like away from the people. And then when you're tired and you zone out, she zones out, but she's very specifically listening. How far away are we from the piers, like with the arcades and the roller coasters?
Let me have a double check of this map. This little stretch of beach is in between both piers. One has a roller coaster and one does not. The one with the roller coaster is just a couple of yards down the beach. It's the next one along. It's maybe 20, 30 meters.
She turns to the others. So hang on. So are there any other entrances closer to the roller coaster pier? This is the closest one. Okay.
You can hear the roller coaster from where you are.
I
You
can
hear the sounds of the fun fair. Yeah.
I can hear the roller coaster and the sea and the seagulls. Oh, we need to get into the tunnels. We need to find another entrance. Like Annabeth and Steelers, we need to find another entrance.
Maybe someone here will know, and points at the assembled crowd.
No, we want to get away from them, and she points to the people in the Regis uniform. If we keep walking, there has to be another one.
I mean, just suggestion. I mean, Operation Distraction worked quite well.
I don't think it's going to work on this scale, but I love your moxie.
No, different. We're not using my suggestion. I don't know if Jesse would have any other, but like, I could ask, like, if I could find like a ball and then kick it over to them, and then if they don't pass it back, I can just argue with them. I don't know. That was my only suggestion, is that if we had to go through that entrance, but if there are other entrances, yes, but they might also have people down there.
There seems to be a lot of people coming in and out of that tent, so I think that if we try to go in through that tent, we'll run into someone. If we use a different entrance,
yeah,
it might be empty.
Well, there's only one way to find out. We have to go.
It's like Labyrinth. And she just gets so excited because when she thinks of like tunnels, this is where her mind goes. She's absolutely got some like, I don't know, some like charcoal or something probably to draw with, and she's like ready because she's like, we're gonna need to mark where we're going as we go off. She's like, I'm prepared for this exact situation.
Annabeth begins to like kind of drift, like, because it seems to be like the best plan in her mind. So unless anyone has like anything like really, she's gonna start wandering down and start looking for a different service entrance.
I will pocket Team Distraction Force Go team in the back pocket for now, but it's ready and waiting whenever
You did a really
we
good
need
job
it.
last time. Like, honestly,
I got a tooth, a molar.
Did you keep that? It's you can't keep Simon's to you can't keep you can't keep Simon's to Kim.
But you can't return it either. I mean,
oh my goodness, Annabeth encouraging arsonists. And
what?
and
what arsonist? There's
that
no
was
arson
this last
here.
episode.
No, there's no arson here.
I put the tooth in my pocket. Go, keepsake, finders keepers, losers weepers, Simon. And then
there's a small high five from Annabeth.
yeah, and let's go find a service tunnel then. Yeah, or a different entrance.
You gonna wander all over town looking for one? Are you looking for one close by? Are you gonna utilize some other
Are they
method?
not all on the beach?
No.
Right, let's think about this logically. If there's one on the beach, where else would there be one?
I know where we might find answers.
I feel like I know what you're going to say.
Is there a library?
No.
And she looks like at Annabeth, almost like she's proud that she thought of the library before Annabeth did.
Annabeth looks Becky in the eyes, takes a very deep breath, and there's like almost like a sigh of defeat. But then she's like, actually, no, this is a good shout. Yeah. Library. Let's go.
And then I'll lean into like Jessie and I'll say, she's really tired as we walk off.
Taking that, Jesse will come out of his moodiness and start to look at Annabeth a bit more.
So,
like...
why are you making that face?
This is just my face.
It sounds like team
beautiful
library is okay, go, but maybe one of us should stay here and watch the tent. Wink.
We're going to the library.
Oh.
Better be do another distraction so badly.
Tried.
some good maps, because otherwise I'll be very cross.
Listen, you did a real good job. You took like my direction. I didn't think you were gonna like clock Simon in the way
I'm a
that you
team player, Jesse. That's the
did.
one
100%. It's real impressive. It's really impressive. Good job, kid.
Great. Do you want the tooth?
No,
Oh.
no.
Okay.
Some fairies like teeth, so maybe we could feed it to the fairy.
If this is a tooth-eating fairy, we're going to have a real long conversation.
Yeah.
You know what, Jesse, you're in charge of that conversation because I don't want to have it.
All right. Library it is, I
Library.
think.
I think we're going
To the library.
We're walking.
We will do a brief library montage because I don't think there's a lot of action to be gleaned from research.
Incorrect is my
Listen,
my special adult
Annabeth.
there.
Ooh.
Your anchor, yes.
Is my anchor
you're right. Yes.
Because I want to get rid of this condition, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about your anchor.
My anchor is Mrs. Stevens, the English teacher. She is like a petite lady. She's got like a kind of like straw hair and a bob. Like she's quite old, you know, but she's really interested in like reading. And hang on, when did Doctor Who come out? Do we know?
Doctor Who's been around since the 70s.
As a long time, yeah.
I was gonna say she likes Doctor Who. And I think that's one of the shows that Annabeth has actually seen. She hasn't seen a lot of TV. But her interest in science fiction, fan fiction definitely stemmed from that and having that kind of shared bond with her English teacher. Obviously she's a teacher's pet and because she loves reading, she does really well in English. And she is that kid who will stay behind after class to just like have a little bit of a chat before moving on to like a less desired subject. Like, I don't know, maths. Or PE.
So I didn't say that you could roleplay me, okay?
Nah.
This is me directly calling out my 15-year-old self. So. But yeah. So as we enter the library, I am just like kind of keeping an eye out, in case she's around.
No problem. So you actually backtrack up to the market, and that is where you will find a 2-story brick building full of rows of metal shelves on rollers, stacks of books, and the occasional desk and table. You can see a few individuals sat there. It's a Sunday. It's pretty empty, but it's very quiet inside. Apart from in one corner at one table, you can hear the sounds of a radio. And currently it is playing Pet Shop Boys. And if you were to follow that sound, you would find your English teacher sat in the corner, reading just a trashy novel and listening. She's brought her own little personal radio in 1988 being about this big. But she's got it down fairly low, like she's being respectful. But she obviously just wants a little bit of background noise. She's sat by a window and she's just watching the birds and enjoying a bit of sunshine.
We get in and I clock her and I say to her, go find some maps. I'll be back in a second.
All right.
You all scuttle off under the watchful eye of the librarian, who is a wiry old man in his 50s. Doesn't have a lot of time for kids. So you are being scrutinized with every move. But if you ask, he will direct you to maps and resources about the service tunnels.
We will do that.
Yeah.
Though I imagine Becky's actually going off to the fairy tale section to,
Research.
a different kind of research, but important nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. You approach your teacher?
Yes. Sorry, I wasn't sure if we were going to do their thing first or my thing first. Mrs. Stevens?
Oh. Hello, dear. How are you?
Do you have a minute?
It's Sunday, dear. I have plenty of them. I was just having a little relax. Are you okay?
No, I don't think I am.
Oh, she immediately sets the book down, and you have her full attention. Is something happening at home? Are you?
I don't know how to describe it. Like, I just feel really tired at the moment. And like, you know, when you're not sure sometimes that your feelings are your own. And I just feel like really achy and lonely. But I've spent like the past like day with my friends
Mm.
and I don't get it. And it just isn't going away. And they might have noticed, but they might not.
Your friends?
Mm.
They're really your friends. They will have noticed. But if they're really your friends, they will know you well enough to know that you like facing problems like this on your own, solving problems with your own intellect, with your own compassion. And you're very good at it. I have no doubt whatever it is that's troubling you, you'll figure it out. You'll conquer it. You're going through a lot right now, Annabeth. You're 15 years old, which means you're going through a lot by anybody's standards, but you've been dealt a fairly tumultuous hand. And I feel for you, and I wish there were some words I could say to make it all make sense. But you're on the cusp of adulthood now, and the sad truth of adulthood is it doesn't always make sense. There isn't always a neat, tidy ending at the end of the story.
I don't like that.
None of us do, dear. None of us do. You make the best of what you have. And Annabeth, you have a lot.
I do, and I kind of glance over towards my friends. Okay. I can do this.
You want to talk to somebody else? I wouldn't presume without your consent, but if you're feeling ill, obviously see a doctor. If these feelings persist, there are other doctors you could talk to.
No, it's fine. They wouldn't understand anyway.
It might surprise you.
I think. Yeah, I think I just need to go to bed early tonight. That's all. I'll be fine. Thank you.
If you carry that advice with you into adulthood, it will serve you well.
Okay.
As adults, we all look.
Yeah, I know. I'm
absolutely
like
we're calling ourselves out right now. We're just like,
yep. Annabeth nods. She's like, yeah. Okay. I could do this. Thank you. And she kind of like scurries away. Is that significant enough for me to take up this condition?
I'm going to say that you're still tired, but for an exhausted condition, you feel. Well, you tell me. How does that make Annabeth feel?
I think that like there is something about like this idea of being on the cusp of adulthood. Like knowing what she knows about how everything has kind of been changing, not just at home, but like in the friendship circle as well, and with school, and stuff like that. She doesn't believe that her story is going to have an untidy ending. I think like that's the piece of advice that she's like, I don't like that, so that's not going to happen to me. And that almost like steals her a bit because she's like, she trusts Mr. Stevens with everything, but also she's like, no, I can do better. I will be better than that. This isn't going to happen to me. And though she's tired, like the mystery and everything, she like Becky thought of the library first, and she's like, I can't let this slide. Like I've got to be on my A game. I've got to be better than this. Um, and I think maybe she's not exhausted anymore. She is still tired, but part of her wonders if like this loneliness that she's feeling doesn't feel quite like hers, and maybe she thinks that the tiredness that she feels isn't quite hers either. Whether it is or not is to be determined. But I think that she's feeling better after that.
So, armed with the knowledge that this story is yours to write, and the ending is up to you to decide, you can do some research.
Yay!
You find your friends poring over maps and flipping through books, and they definitely give the impression that they need your help. So, what it is going to require is going to be, let's say, I'll accept either an investigation or a comprehend.
Okay, let's have a look. I'm gonna go investigation.
As many of you as you like can do this roll, by the way.
I'm gonna do it too.
Oh no.
Ooh, I am gonna spend a luck.
Ooh.
Okay.
Jesse or Kimberly, you feel strong in your research capability.
Ooh. That's a no from Jesse.
Oh no! Still nothing.
I got a single success.
Okay.
I rolled 8 dice and I got a single success.
Wow.
What is this energy?
Look, I roll really poorly. It's not the dice that are cast, it's me, the person. And
You know how some people like bless their dice and like the new moon or like the full moon? Like you need to stand outside in the full moon. Just
well,
you.
I have to go outside.
Out of curiosity, how many times can I spend luck?
I think you can only do it once per
Do it
roll.
once. Okay,
I think so
that's
too,
fine.
yeah.
That's fine. I
Unless you
have
want to
0
push it.
successes on both rolls.
It sounds like you could continue to spend luck and it wouldn't necessarily do anything. So hold on to it. Don't worry. We've got
Yeah,
one
it
success within the group at least.
Wouldn't help.
Yeah.
We
I
find
think
something.
yeah, I think Kimberly is as unhelpful as possible because like I don't like libraries because of reading. So I definitely have like yeah. I've got a football magazine somewhere and just unhelpful until probably Annabeth comes and I'm like oh yeah, and then vaguely just stands and points to places pretty much after Annabeth has pointed. Like yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So
Becky just ends up on pick and mix duty. That's
Wait,
what-
we have to
Handing
hide
them
it
out.
from the librarian as well.
That's
So-
the duty that she takes. She's sneakily handing out. We've
I'm
already
not-
established she can sneak. She's
Yeah.
sneakily handing out pick and mix for everyone.
I'm
Sounds
not
good.
going to make you roll on that one.
Yeah.
Thank
Um,
you, because we will fail.
We
Um,
will fail.
I can be benevolent. Please remember that. So you do find one book about the service tunnels. It is old and it is dry and it is full of diagrams that make no sense. But amongst the dense history, you can make out that the service tunnel network was created when the loop was built, and it is there for water transportation for cooling purposes for the reactors. So there are several of them dotted around town. Some of them were out of commission even when this book was written. And judging from the amount of construction work that you see going on, some of them go in and out of commission. But there are several Some of them are used as service corridors, some of them are used for research and monitoring of the loop itself. And the one on the beach is called Outflux East. You then find that the nearest one to you is actually not far at all. It is on the other side of the market. And it is on the corner of a church. It is on the edge of the church grounds to the north of the market.
Oh, well, that looks like our way in.
Yeah.
We should head over and scope it out.
You're picking up the lingo. Great job, Becky. I guess we like. How big is this book?
It's pretty thin, pretty slim.
I will check it out.
You get a really snotty, condescending look from the librarian, but he doesn't say anything.
I don't say anything either. I was like in my head, I'm thinking, I could say like Annabeth is like, oh, I'm gonna write murder mystery set in tunnels. I'm gonna put you in it, but like,
Wouldn't recommend it.
but she's like, no, you know what? It's not worth it. Like, if there's no suspicion, there's no need to like cause suspicion.
Okay. And then I assume you are going to head across to the church.
Oh yeah, we go straight there.
I think the only thing which does not need to be roleplayed out is that presumably going into such tunnels, they're probably dark and don't have any light. So I think Kimberly will make a quick stop off at Sports and Directly or whatever, and we'll pick up some.
Hang on, what was sports director?
Well, I don't want to give them
Sports and directly.
Indirectly, I
indirectly.
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 That's even better.
Known for having world's
exercise
smallest coffee
indirectly.
mugs.
Yes, exactly. The teeny tiny, but yeah, we'll pick up
Yes.
some wind-up torches from there
That's
because
so smart.
I have my moments. I also don't like supporting big businesses. So, anyway, one for you, one for you, one for you, and one for me.
So, you make your way across the marketplace to the church, and in a back corner, near some undergrowth behind some hedges, you find the entrance to the service tunnels. It is a relatively insecure one, so you got lucky that the closest one was also one that isn't particularly used. They all require high-tech access keys, but this one appears to have been jury-rigged. As you approach, you can see that the keycard reader next to the door has a spare keycard tied to it with a wire. And you can also see cigarette butts overflowing from a small crack in the wall a few meters away. You struck really lucky. What would you like to do?
We try and use the key card, the spare key card. Do we need to cut it from the wire, or can we use it as is?
It is literally like wired on like a keyring so that if it falls, it doesn't drop. These are incredibly lazy employees.
Perfect. That's exactly what we need. What we've got time, right? We're not expected at the campsite until like dinner.
It's the 80s. You're free range kids.
Free range kids. I love that.
Jesse, your dad works for the loop. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do the honors? And I like highlight the key card.
I mean, sure. I'm just a little. Are we sure it's like? I know there was a bunch of like the Regis guys around one end of the tunnel, but are we sure this is like a, the best idea.
What would you suggest?
Well, I don't really have a suggestion back here.
I thought you were going to say Team Distraction Force, and I would have been 100% with you.
I don't think we have team distraction. I I think we need to like blanket team distraction for a little bit, Kim. Just like just save it for a rainy day.
No, it's fine. It's not like Warren on the football team saying we shouldn't get Kimberly being team leader again. No.
I really liked Team Distraction Force, but if we use it too many times, then they'll know it's coming.
It's true. Team Sneaky Distraction Force.
Team
And Kimberly just goes off into her own world thinking about that. But
Darcy, I have an idea. So while this is happening, I think Annabeth pauses for a moment, like kind of contemplating Jesse's words. These emotions that I have, like the visions that I've seen, I've kind of been keeping them at bay while we've been running around. Can I pause for a moment and try and reach for them?
Yes, you can absolutely do that. I would like you to make an empathize roll to see how that goes.
I don't think I'm great at empathize. Let's have a look.
Well, let's see.
Hang on, where is it? Empathize. Okay, so mind, which is 5, and then empathize is a 1.
you got this.
I'm gonna push,
Mhm.
because I got no successes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give myself a condition. DM's choice of condition.
Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how the roll goes.
That's really annoying. I got 1 success, but then 3 5s.
Ooh.
That's so annoying.
So close.
But I got a success, and that's the important thing.
That is the important thing. It's wonderful. It's wonderful that you did this, that you asked right now at this particular point in time. You step away from the group and you take a moment and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Tune out the sounds of their squabbling and just listen to the birds, listen to the wind moving through the trees. You go inwards. You reach out for that awareness that was with you last night. You are hit with a wave of anxiety. The same anxiety that was with you before, but multiplied tenfold. It is now fear. It is now pain. It is now a wordless cry for help. And it's close. And so I think you are going to mark. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you scared. Because it's so powerful. It's so real. You know they're not your emotions, but you have to tell yourself that because they are so visceral. Whatever is happening to whatever creature it is that you are sharing this awareness with, it is terrifying.
Annabeth turns to Jessie and looks her straight in the eye. It's like, if you've ever trusted me at any point during our friendship, I need you to trust me now when I say I think this is the right decision. There's something down there, and it needs our help.
how readable is the fear on Annabeth's face?
I'm gonna say that as she's feeling this fear, like a single tear is like rolling down her cheek. Like she is not hiding this pain very well. Like she's been off all day, and this is like she gets intense, but like you've never like seen this kind of intense.
Immediately, Jesse's going to. It's like whatever they were arguing about is now irrelevant, and is going to step towards Annabeth. Oh, I trust you. Are you okay? What's wrong?
I've been feeling weird since last night. Like I don't even know how to explain it. But there's something down there and I can feel what it feels, and it is scared. And I'm scared for it because I mean, look at Regis, look at the hazmat suits. Whatever they're gonna do, it's not gonna be nice. A lot of adults don't do nice things.
Jesse's going to put a hand on Annabeth's back and just rub it really gently. Okay. We'll go down. We'll find whoever it is.
Like Annabeth like kind of leans into Jessie for a little second and then kind of stands up, shakes her head, and reaches for the key card.
It slides and beeps. There's a click as the door opens. As you head inside, you can see that these are quite large tunnels. They're big enough to drive a car down. And they are lit from overhead with strip lighting. But it's fairly old and not very well maintained. Occasionally it flicks and buzzes. It creates a spooky, grim atmosphere. There are pipes lining the walls, and it just stretches to left and to right. The occasional door, the occasional cupboard. And in fact, at the far end on the right-hand side, you can see a small maintenance vehicle plugged in, charging, ready to go. Nobody immediately moving in this area.
Okay, but the way that Taylor wants Kimberly to drive.
I don't know what Kimberly's already in the driving seat. Like, it's already there.
Literally the second that Darcy was like, it's big enough to put a vehicle down, I was like, I wonder how long it's going to take for us to have hijacked as teenagers a car and drive it down. There's like in a chase sequence later in the season, and it's like, oh no, there's one right there.
Okay, it's fine. It's like the golf carts which I used to borrow. Yep, seatbelts. Oh, there isn't any.
Everyone hold on tight.
Hang on, we'll get caught in that. Like
No, we
above the
won't.
table, we'll get caught in that. But also, Taylor wants Kimberly to drive, and I don't know how to deal with this like conflicting emotions.
If this is Team Distraction Force Go, I'm 100%.
It's not Team Distraction
in.
Force Go at the moment. We're Team Search Force Go.
No, we're sneaking. Team Sneak Search Force Go.
Yes.
Oh, fine. I get out, but take the keys with me. All right, let's go.
Like as the others kind of move along, I kind of lean into Kimberly and go, that could be really useful later down the line.
I mean, I've had a field day. I've got a tooth and keys.
You know what? Let's see if we can pick
I-
up a lighter on the way home, and then you'll have a full set.
The things to summon me by. A lighter, two.
I like to
Let's
think that this chamber echoes just enough that
Yes.
even though you're whispering, it carries, and you just hear, "Get rid of the tooth."
No, it's mine. I earned
That's the
it.
most threatening thing anyone who might be able to hear us could hear is I have a tooth and keys.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I cannot with it.
You want me to
Taylor,
sit in the
you're
car? I'm outside of the car. I'll be wherever you guys want me to be.
Let's go down.
We carry on walking with, but obviously if they use the car, they won't be able to use it. So that's the other thing as well. So
I'm gonna cry.
I wish I'd
I-
never
I-
mentioned it.
I know. I turned to Annabeth and goes, doesn't matter. I can't drive either. So
I said, wait, look, there's like no real wiggle room. Like you can only go forward. I think you'll be fine.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure this is not like Chekhov's gun or anything, and it definitely won't come back to haunt us in any way, shape, or form. Hence, these.
As you move along the tunnels,
Yes. Yeah.
on foot,
Oh god.
are you
Kimberly is wise.
I think
Is Becky going
it sounds
to
like we're
prevail?
sneaking now. Yeah, it sounds
Okay.
like we're sneaking.
Without
Agree.
the car, you are going to have a much easier time of this.
Yay!
Everybody give me a sneak check, please.
I hate it when people are right.
3 successes!
Okay.
that's very good.
While you've all been talking, Becky is gone.
Becky was studying the
God.
shadows.
In her neon leg warmers and gloves.
It's weirdly not the weirdest thing down here.
Basically.
I got no successes of my sneak body, which kind of makes sense for what just happened. So that's all.
I
good.
got one. I got one success.
Can I give
Jesse?
some successes out?
How'd you do, Jesse?
I got no successes.
No, why do we roll so bad?
It's interesting.
All of us.
I could
So,
push though. I could
You
push.
could push, or Becky can, with her 2 extra successes, you can give those out.
I'm giving
Say
them
that
out.
You
Yeah.
compensate.
Becky
Or if-
coming in clutch.
If Jesse pushes and gets a success, and then you retain 1 other extra success,
There might be something
Yes.
else.
there is another bonus effect called Find More of What You're Looking for.
All right.
Ooh.
I will leave the decision in Jesse's hand. I'm happy to give my success, but if you want to push and see if you can get the success in yourself, and then I can retain it. But I
What
don't.
you gonna do, Ren?
Should I immediately accumulate another condition?
Well, why don't I'm happy to take the condition because you've already got one, Ren. I'm
Yeah,
happy to
I
do
mean,
that.
it's probably why I'm having difficulty in the first place because
Yeah.
I can only sneak so well
Honest-
on a sprained ankle.
Let me do that then. So
Oh,
if
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, I have been painfully walking around this entire time.
You drove that bike through those bullies.
It didn't help.
Yeah.
You've just been stoically limping along, and everybody's
Mhm.
just like, "Oh no!"
Talk about
Everything
the
is
strong and
terrible.
silent type.
so I'll take a condition and push my roll to see if I get anything.
Right.
So I'll do that.
What
now.
condition are you going to mark?
Oh, but I
Come
didn't-
on.
No, I didn't get any successes, unfortunately.
Nice to roll.
I know. I got like 6 of them. Remind me, what conditions have we got?
Upscared, which is the same as upset and scared.
Yeah.
Upset, scared, exhausted, and one more, which isn't going to me, so I'm going to look it up and then edit this
okay.
out of the video so nobody knows that I don't know the system.
It's injured.
Injured.
It's injured. Okay.
That's the
It's
one I
injured.
got.
It's injured. I think let's go for upset, and it's because I didn't get to drive the car.
I was gonna say,
Yes!
Fiona, you and I are on the same wavelength in
Yeah.
a way that I love.
I
So I'm
think
saying- Yeah, so I'm just there going like, stupid bloody, it's just a cool car, and I don't get a chance to cool car drive, and just it's like Damien all over again, and bloody Simon, and just
Operation Distraction Force has been turned down just one too many times.
I just didn't want to even, I even bought like bloody torches from Sports Indirectly, and now there's bloody lights everywhere, so it's completely useless. What's the bloody point of me being here? Yeah, exactly. So it's just muttering constantly, so therefore no successes on that front. But yeah, I feel free to give it to Jesse if you and keep on, because it'll be cool to have that as a thing. Just saying.
If that's the case, you will fail, and I will introduce a complication.
Let's do it. Complications are fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So if you're going to spend one extra success to help Jesse succeed and one extra success to find more of what you're looking for, we're also going to get a complication. Excellent. Okay.
I think Becky hangs back and helps support Jesse, realizing that Jesse's lagging behind a little bit.
It's been getting worse, and he's
Yeah.
not saying anything.
We should have taken the car.
You should have spoken up, Jesse.
Let's
There's
not
nobody blame
say
but yourself.
that.
This is true.
Yeah. Anytime that people look back at Kimberly, I'm just there like eyes like.
I guess I'm leading the way then, which makes sense, but also
You have the book.
Yeah.
So all of these things happen at once. You are making your way along this corridor, and Annabeth, as you're proceeding, you had to reach out for these feelings before, but the further down this tunnel you go, the more present they become without you having to search for it. There's the fear, the anxiety, and increasingly it becomes pain, and it becomes physical pain for you. It is not particularly strong, it's like pins and needles, but every so often you just feel this pinch or a prod in different parts of your body, even though it's not your body. The rest of you notice this, and as you slow down to try and figure out what is going on with Annabeth and try and see if you can help, you become aware of a sound from the far end of the corridor. You hear crackling of a radio, you hear footsteps, you hear the rustling of decontamination suits. Someone's coming.
cupboard.
We can hide.
Covered, hide.
Cupboard.
I'm
You
going to
said they were
say
there. How big are they?
they're big enough to hide where the smiling GM.
Yeah.
Big enough to hide 3 of you.
Yeah. 100%.
They're coming.
Okay.
Is it time for team distraction?
I was
Force?
gonna say.
Kimberly.
Get Jesse in the cupboard. I'll sort this.
Wait, is it just a straight shot or are there offshoots?
It's just a straight shot. There are occasional doors, but there's no light behind any of them. They don't look like they've been used any time recently. And as you've continued this straight line, this feeling has increased.
Okay, I'm going to try the closest door.
It's locked.
Oh, of course it is.
Of course it is.
What did you think I was going to say?
Yeah.
I think it might be 3 of us hiding and 1 person team distraction making a ruckus and running. Potentially, but then also that means that we've lost that person. They're not coming any further with us, so I don't know how I feel about that.
Not necessarily.
Hey, Kimberly, do you have a ball on you?
Always. I pull it out of nowhere.
Can you shoot it to make it sound like something's coming from the other side?
Oh, trick shot. Absolutely. Get in the cupboard.
I put my hands on Kimberly's shoulders and I'll go, you can score this goal. Godspeed. And then I get in the cupboard. And I'm gonna let Kimberly do whatever Kimberly wants to do.
feel like I could do something really funny here and push Jessie in the cupboard with, and then just it be the two of them. I won't though.
That was the actual noise that Jessie made.
Yeah.
All right, Kimberly, what are you gonna do?
Right. Okay. So. Well.
How good.
Yes. No. Hello. I'm here. Right. So once everyone is safely in a cupboard, I'll be like, can't believe I'm bloody doing this because I almost had a bloody car. Anyway, I'm gonna.
Run the boat.
I'm gonna. Please. I'll be like, okay, I pull. If you'll allow me to have a football from somewhere, it'll appear.
Isn't that your iconic item?
No, it's my. I've got my football shirt. It's my iconic item. But
Okay.
well, regardless of not, I will stand there in the center of the thing, and I'm gonna slowly start to back away from wherever the noise is, and I'm just gonna sing my favorite football song as a distraction, which will be sort of what did I put it? Oh, yeah, it was like hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me. And then come around the corner, I'm like, touching you! And I throw the football and run away.
That's not where I thought that was going. I'm so glad it went there.
I now run at full sprinting pitch speed, because I know it's important to get out.
Which way are you running?
Past him.
Oh. No, I was going to go back the way we came because there's a car waiting for me with the keys.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I hope you find the mystery, lads.
Kimberly, no.
So, I have no idea. There's a lot happening here. I've got no idea what you should be rolling.
About? I think I just happens because I'm.
It just happens.
I honestly think that Fiona should just be allowed to roll like 20 dice and use all of the skills simultaneously.
I set a bad precedent. I'm not okay with that. I'm okay with a legitimate roll. I'm gonna say a force or remove. Sounds like it should cover all bases here.
Yes, I agree. I think because
Items
it works.
also allow you to have a bonus to the dice roll if the GM decides somewhere between 1 and 3.
I don't know if my football shirt will help in the situation.
Not like,
like-
not
no, like-
the
Oh.
focus item. Any item can do it, but
Mm.
it's up to
Okay.
it's up to.
Well, again, I feel like the football thing, obviously, because I've not used it for its actual purpose. I don't know if that really counts. So, but I think because it worked so well last time, I think a force roll should be right. So I'm rolling in total 7 dice.
Okay. You've rolled terribly this whole time. It's all come down to this. You've been saving them for this, right?
Right? Yes. Reaching out. Come on. Touching you.
So
that
stressed right
didn't
now.
work. Sweet Caroline. One success.
It counts. It
That's
counts.
so fucking hilarious. That's so fucking hilarious.
You can't see the perplexed faces of this team of 3 Regis agents who come around the corner because of the decontamination suit. You can only imagine it was not a regular day at work, but a fairly routine day at work. And then there's a football flying at them and some red-haired kids shouting Sweet Caroline at them and running away. The sheer absurdity of the situation gives you the time that you need to run, and you make a good getaway.
Yeah.
You got a
Sprint
head
out.
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very dangerous over short distances.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Their attention is entirely on you. The rest of you, inside your cupboard, you hear them go thundering past. What are you going to do now?
It feels like we need to make the most of this.
I count to 5. just to make sure that they're gone, and then like very slowly push open the cupboard. I'll hold it open so it doesn't slam shut when the others are out. Like I'll like guide it closed. But we need to move.
There's no other sound in the corridor. They've gone now. They're chasing Kimberly at full pelt. You turn. And you head up the corridor towards your destination. Before long, you come to a set of double doors. There are lights behind these doors like there haven't been on any of the others that you've passed. And you can hear voices. You approach or hang back?
You want me to
Can
sneak
we-
ahead and
Yeah.
look in?
Go on. Becky, you are so sneaky. You've got this.
Famous last words, sis. I'm gonna try to channel some of what I did earlier with my fantastic detective skills, and I'm gonna try to figure out what is in that room and if there are
Okay.
other people in that room, and try to get in but without drawing attention.
Okay.
Okay.
From the voices coming from inside, you can tell there are definitely at least 2 people in there.
Okay. Not great. Okay, I'm gonna try to scope the situation. Is there like a window that I can look in, or?
They're like hospital double doors with the big windows in the front.
Okay,
So if you got close enough, yeah, you might be able to get a peek.
Perfect. All right, I will roll and see. I got a success.
There's one.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
You manage to creep up and take a peek inside. And you can see a deep, wide cave, approximately 10 meters around. There are puddles formed with dripping stalactites above them. And around the edge of the cave, you can see electrical equipment and a spotlight focused on an object in the center. It is an elongated spheroid, an egg, approximately a meter long and about 30 centimeters wide. It's white and grey and black, and the dappled surface appears to have ridges on it that look almost like ripples spreading out from one side to the other. It sits in a puddle, and you can see a figure in a decontamination suit kneeling next to it. And as he reaches out and cuts a tiny sliver from the surface, Annabeth, you are racked with a sharp pain down one arm.
Annabeth bites her, like, fully bites her lip and clutches her arm.
Annabeth?
They need to stop. They need to stop.
I think you would both notice Becky's eyes have gone like wide at what she's seeing as well, so she's clearly seeing something in there. She begins to back away slowly back towards you.
What are they doing?
There's 2. Is it 2? Was it 2 people in there? There's 2 hazmat suit people in there. They have an egg and they're cutting bits from it. And then she turns towards you and she says, "Are you okay? You don't look very well."
Okay.
What are we gonna do? We have to rescue it.
Okay. Who out of the 3 of us is the fastest?
How would we know that? Would that be,
I think we
that
would.
be
I think
Bonnie?
between the 3 of us, we would know.
Is it the move score, do you think, that kind of
know.
represents that? Mine would be a 4 in all.
Mine would be a 3, but I've also got a condition, so it would be a 2.
I have luck as well, so that's something.
Mine would normally be 5, but I also have the condition. My foot.
I think it's gonna
Okay.
be me.
I have a plan. We need the boombox.
My I will hear you out.
Okay. If we go a little ways down that way
Mm-hmm.
and turn it on,
Mm-hmm.
we'll draw them out
Mm-hmm.
with a loud noise. The other two of us can run in and grab it.
Why don't we go and position the boombox and then all three of us stay back?
Because
And the
then we don't
person
get
who
the
is the
boombox back.
fastest has the egg.
Because then we don't get the boombox back.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Becky, the egg, is it big enough for one person to carry, or does it need two?
I'm gonna go ahead and make a guess of maybe one of them two could carry it. One person. I might struggle because I'm a bit younger. One of you two probably could.
It would still take a successful roll to manage it. Kimberly, where did you go?
Yes. Well, it sounds like you need a getaway vehicle.
I'm not implying anything. I'm merely coming back to you as a narrative device to give them time to plan and see what happens to your
Absolutely.
Kimberly is about to murder 3 people in hazmat.
Hang on. Let's backtrack. Look, I feel a lot of assumptions have been put on Kimberly, like she lit a little fire, she stole someone's tooth, possibly grievous bodily harm, has done more assault than necessary, and now is... Well, we've broken and entered together, so you're all accomplices to this. Yeah, so by this time I'm like... okay, and then I get into the car, and there is a moment where I'm like... they didn't give me the book. I don't know where we're going. And then I'm like, sod it. And I... Now, here's the thing. I've been on golf carts before. They don't tend to go very fast.
This one goes a little faster than a go-kart.
Sweet. I will hold down the acceleration because I've played... Oh, I don't know if Mario Kart was out at this point. Like, holding it down. And I'm, like, waiting till they come around the corner. And then I'm going to be like... I don't know.
I'm Googling it as if the existence of Mario Kart makes any difference as to whether this works in real-world physics.
I mean...
There were definitely NES racing games. I don't know that Mario
Kart.
1992. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Well, I don't know. I have a feeling that this might work if I pump the accelerator, and then as they come around the corner, I'm like, goal! I'm sort of trying to shoot into them.
What hell roll is this?
I tell you what, Mario Kart might not have been out, but the Italian Job was released in '69, so I feel like there's not golf carts in it necessarily, but I feel like there's enough inspiration for Kimberly to pull from.
Yes.
It doesn't make a bonus to her
Job when they're going through the tunnels. Don't they go up to the sides of the tunnels?
Yeah, they do.
Do we want to draw inspiration?
Don't make this. Don't make Kimberly the main character. Nobody wants that.
Hey Darcy, the Italian Job was out.
You wouldn't have seen it.
I know. Yeah, I would have been a bit too young for it probably.
No,
so yeah, I'm gonna.
In it. Kimberly wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Have you only seen films with football in them?
Of course I have only seen films with football in them. That is my one interest and that's all I care about. So I think I'm going to make this, because I don't want to necessarily hurt them. I was trying to get back to my friends, so I'm trying to use the accelerator, so I'm going to say, if it's okay to, I'd like to do a move roll.
Will allow it. Mostly because I just want to see this happen.
Yeah, because this is the other thing as well. I am still upset.
I feel like this should clear the upset condition because you get to do the thing you wanted to do.
Yeah, but my anchor is not with me at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, Liam, this is for you. Alright, we'll do a move check, and we're gonna...
I need to see what this is.
Oh, I feel so ill. I feel so ill.
You can do this.
Right. Bam,
You come
bam,
out with
bam.
like 4 successes, I swear to God.
Oh, bloody hell.
Come on! I need to stop encouraging people because they always fail.
Can I spend my luck? I feel it's important.
Mhm.
All right, thank you.
I had the
I
same
did
issue
take-
earlier. Oh, 3 successes!
Well, take what the last one off
Take
because
one
that
off.
it's supposed to be 5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
the
no,
2
put the
successes.
first one off.
No,
No.
that was the rule. That was
That's
the
what we
rule.
said.
I know, but
Oh,
I want
yeah.
Kimberly to really succeed.
Okay, excellent. So you're gonna buy a bonus effect. I just want to read them to you.
Yes,
Give
please.
success to another kid isn't really relevant right now.
No.
Impress someone, or no one notices you.
I think it's no one notices me because I duck down and just had the golf cart, whatever, go through them, and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Haha, jokers," and keep going. But like, because I'm quite short. I described this before. I'm quite short and stocky, so like again, I can
Mhm.
easily hide. And hopefully they're just confused and they don't follow this cart.
They are definitely confused.
Brilliant.
They were confused from the moment they met you, and it's only got worse from there. They have chased you down these tunnels. I'm going to say you made it a decent distance.
Yeah.
They follow you, and as soon as they round the corner and they think they see you, all they see is this, to them, rogue golf cart just careening towards them, and they duck out of the way. You
Yeah,
can
lights
hear them
on,
shouting
headlights.
and swearing. Yeah, completely bamboozled by this. What the fuck? Is that golf cart gone? What is happening down here?
Oh, beats me.
Right, you get on the radio. You take the golf cart. I'm gonna keep going. One of them is giving chase behind you.
You know what? That is absolutely fair. That actually shows top-notch security.
So as you drive this car, you're still going faster than the security guard running, but
Yeah.
you can hear the other guy at the back is on the phone saying, "We got a situation down here. I'm gonna need backup."
Oh, I should have put radios at Sports Indirectly, not torches. Duh, idiot. Next time. Yeah.
So you managed to drive this golf cart all the way. I keep calling it a golf cart. It's not a
It's
golf
not.
cart.
I know. It's because I said it's a golf cart. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Everyone's picturing a golf cart. And you managed to make it back up towards where you left your friends hidden in the cupboard. But as you pass, you can see that the doors are wide open and they have come flying out. Continuing on, you begin to approach the area where they are huddled outside of the double doors. In the meantime, what has Team Sneaky been up to?
Be extra sneaky and quiet.
So I did pitch it. So my pitch is that Jesse goes with the boombox, a little ways, so like kind of almost back towards the beach, so in the opposite direction of where we want to make our getaway. To draw the people out, we'll hide behind the nearest cupboard, like me and Becky, and then when the two hopefully leave the room, Annabeth is going to go in and get the egg, and Becky is going to stay outside on lookout.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
if they come, just like dash into the room, and like let me know, because we'll have to figure it out from there. But I think this makes the most sense based on our skill sets.
So they're gonna come out the room and head towards the boombox, and Jesse will be up with the boombox. What will we do with that?
That's for Jesse to figure out.
Damn.
Like we need them out. We need them out.
Would it? I don't. Would it make potentially more sense for because Jesse's got an injured leg, for me to go up with the boombox, try and be Team Distraction, Strike Force Part 2, and lead them further down, and then try and escape with the boombox?
Can you lift the boombox?
Can I? I would think so. Probably better than I could lift the egg.
It's not that heavy.
Okay. Like if it's Jesse's boombox, so I can't make this decision.
The only thing I would think is, because Jesse is injured, it might be better if the people who could like move quickly dealt with the egg. Because at the very least, if they try to escort him out, it wouldn't be.
Would the GM allow for Becky to have little like sachets or vials of glitter on her?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I feel like this feels like a Becky thing. What if I threw glitter at their visors, like sticky glitter, and
Pocket
it was
sand.
like pocket sand, but it's obviously glitter. Or in Becky's words, it's fairy dust. It's not glitter. It's absolutely fairy dust. But maybe if I go with the boombox and I try to if we go as far away as possible so that they keep chasing, and then at some point I'll throw and then come back again.
Okay.
Sounds like you've got a plan.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So the way we're going to play this out, this is going to be what is called extended trouble.
Okay.
So you have a scene each to play out an action, which you've pretty much most of you described. We'll get into exactly what Kimberly's action will be in a moment. And you're each going to roll, and we're looking for a certain number of successes to determine whether this is going to succeed or not. So one failure is not necessarily a total failure. I believe that this is threat level, normal threat level. So the threat level is 8. You need 8 successes.
We need to get 2. So we've got 1 scene each, and we need to each get 2 successes in our scenes.
Yeah.
Based on how we're...
You need 8 total. You don't all have to gain them yourselves. So one person could roll 3, and next person could roll 3, and if one person rolled none. But it's not a flat outcome. It's not a fail success. If the final number of successes are less than half of the threat level, then you completely fail. If the number of successes reaches half or more of the threat level, then you can check additional conditions to gain more successes and explain how that plays out narratively. If you reach the threat level without checking extra conditions, then you achieve your goal and overcome the trouble. So it's very, very doable. You're just going to be a bit battered and broken.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Let's try really hard not to get Mr. Reynolds fired, yeah?
Hadn't even considered that as a complication. Thank you very much, though.
Oh, why?
Wait,
Well,
how
I feel like this is why it might be
conclusion?
even better that it's Becky dealing
I was
with
like...
the hazmats directly and not Jesse.
It just occurs to me that if Jesse gets caught, Mr. Reynolds gets fired. And I just assumed that was the logical conclusion that everyone came to. I'm sorry.
I'm living in the moment right now, but I was probably going to get there. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we have a number of actions laid out. In what order would you like to... Are you going to plan your action right now, Kimberly? Or are you going to be slightly more reactive and just be, I'm going to drive the getaway vehicle?
I think, ultimately I'm going to drive the getaway vehicle and avoid this thunderstorm that seems to be happening around me with hail. It's just gone. That's why the darkness has come over my
I just saw
face.
the message that was like, meanwhile.
Yeah, it's wild. So yes, I will come right at the end, if that's all right with folks. So because they get the cool character moment, as I seem to have done quite a bit. So that's good.
Okay. So, enact your plan in whatever order you deem necessary. You get a scene each, describe what you're doing, and roll your action.
Okay. Well, I don't mind going first because
You kind of need to go first.
I'm drawing them away. Mine will obviously also encompass getting away from them, but they're all happening they're coinciding. So basically, what Becky plans to do is take the boombox, and the signal is obviously for you guys when they leave to come and investigate the boombox. So it might be sometimes she's going to go quite far down the tunnel to try to get them as far away from you as possible and give you more time in the room is the idea. She will, once she's deemed that she has gone on long enough, she will it's gonna be Jesse's mixtape in there, so whatever is playing, she will essentially take a big deep breath. She's gonna get her sort of like her bag open. She's gonna start rifling through her art supplies and grab all the vials of glitter that she has, and kind of like tighten up her bow, pull her gloves. She's gonna go right, and then she's gonna start the boombox, and she's gonna like crank the volume up as high as she can possibly put it, so it's incredibly loud.
These dreams of all night.
And then essentially, I think I'm gonna describe the cool moment, I guess, depending on if there's successes and stuff. But essentially, the idea is to get them as far away as possible. She's gonna keep walking up, and when they come into view, she wants to try to like get up against the wall and take them by surprise with the glitter. And I know exactly what she's gonna yell as she does it, but yeah. What am I rolling for that? I feel like it would be like I guess a move. The main thing she wants to do is run at the end. Like all that build up doesn't really like define an action. Does that make sense? So it would be the running and getting past them. So either sneak past them or run, but they're not sneaking. She's not really sneaking. She's just trying to get past them, basically.
Yep, absolutely. Okay.
So move. All right. Let's see. Okay.
Forget your looks. Don't forget.
Oh, that's not good.
You can push. You
I
can
know.
use luck. You can use your
I've got
item.
luck. I've got luck, so I'm gonna put a luck in it.
Okay. You can also, I had forgotten about this one. You can use your pride for a reroll. Not a reroll, but possibly a plus one die. If an action relates to your character's pride.
I think it kind of does. Her pride is that she sees the world very differently, and I think that she kind of like lets herself get transported to a place where she is like, she goes back to like the films and the TV shows that she likes watching, where it's all fairies and magical adventures, and she thinks about like Labyrinth and how she's like in this tunnel and she's running away, and she imagines these hazmat suit people to be like the goblins coming after her, or I think a favorite TV show of hers is probably the Smurfs. So I feel like she imagines like Gargamel's like laboratory and him like doing these horrible experiments, and she's like now like going into like Papa Smurf mode. And so she kind of gets into the zone and she cranks up the music. So how does that work? Do I re-roll again?
No, so if you use your pride, you get one automatic success.
Okay, fantastic. So yes, I'm using my pride.
You can still re-roll with luck.
Re-roll with luck. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna just remove a luck, and then I guess I'll just push it again and just see. And I got an extra success, so I now have 2 successes.
Okay.
Yes.
So.
In which case, when they get to me, which I imagine they inevitably do. I mean, you describe it first, and then I'll.
No, I want you to describe this. I want you to pass the baton between yourselves. I don't want to talk for the next 5-10 minutes as you describe how this plan goes off. You describe what happens, and the next person picks it up and moves it along.
She's armed with glitter. She's facing down the tunnel, and the moment they like sort of round this corner, she yells at the top of her voice, "Eat fairy dust, Gargamel, and throws glitter straight towards their visors. It's the stickiest. She's got like probably got like squidgy glue in one hand, and she's like squidged it towards, so all the glitter is just sticking to like the plastic on their visors. And then as they sort of like stumble forward and try to like swipe for her or figure out where she is, she cranks the volume right down to 0 again, and that's the signal to the others to say, I am now running back, so like you've only got a limited amount of time. And she darts between them, and as she does, I think she like shoves one of their legs so that they fall over, and then they fall into each other, and then she just begins to to run straight back down the corridor. And she's going for the exit because she's, if they're going to chase, she wants them to chase her and not go back to the room. So
as soon as Becky manages to thoroughly distract the two, and they leave, Jesse's going to dart in. The egg is, I'm so sorry, is the egg hooked up to something, or is it just laid out on the...
It's freestanding. It's just they've got equipment all around it, and they were doing experiments with themselves.
Okay. So there's so much happening behind me. I'm so sorry. So Jesse's gonna dart in. If they can take it themselves, they would, and just kind of hoist it, carrying it like a log. Can they just run with it?
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Sounds like a force or a move.
I'll try to move.
Okay. What is Jesse's pride? Just out of curiosity.
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
I remember everything. Jesse's pride was in their ability to play music, to play guitar. So it doesn't really relate in this moment, I don't think.
No problem.
But yes, no. My boombox is occupied elsewhere. So
I mean, technically you are using it.
Technically,
I can allow +2 on this one.
Yay. Okay. So then that would be, wait, math. So it's 2 plus 3 plus 2 minus 1. So 6.
So much math.
I know complex numbers.
Right?
1 success.
1. Do you want to push and get another one? You're at 3 out of 4.
Yep, sure.
Okay.
Boy, the conditions. Just
Another condition.
It's fine. It's fine.
Can I give
nothing wrong.
my luck away or no? No.
If you used your luck to roll successes, you could give the successes away, but not the raw luck.
Mm.
Do we think exhausted would be a good condition to add after the strain of lifting this egg?
Yeah, we can do that. I'll take that. So subtract it again. Then push.
You just take all the dice that didn't roll a success and re-roll them.
Yeah. Ah, 2 more successes.
2 more, let's go.
We've
You
got
are above
5!
halfway. So whatever happens, you've got a chance now.
Yeah.
So describe how Jesse manages to pull up this egg.
So Jesse darts into the room, hoists this egg up, but is still trying to be very careful with it, so the grip isn't too tight, because they remember what Annabeth looked like as soon as something happened to it. And it's just full wide-eyed, panicked face. Okay, and we're going now. Okay, going. Yeah, and it's just running back the way that they came in. So thoroughly trying to avoid the situation.
Annabeth, where do you pick up?
So I think that we understand who I am as a player right now. Tries to push her luck. They hurt me. And being a teenage girl is incredibly complicated. There are a lot of emotions. And right now I'm upset. I would like to. So here's the skill that I want to use, and here's what I want to do with it. I would like to investigate all of the stuff that they have in the room, the stuff that they were using to conduct experiments. And then when I found it, and I found any samples that they have, or any notes that they have, I would like to destroy them.
Yes.
So I'd like to use my investigate skill, please.
Please do.
Fantastic. Okay. And now we pray. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna take a condition.
Okay.
Do I remove an extra die for the reroll, or do I keep the same number for the reroll and then it's every subsequent?
You re-roll dice without successes.
Okay. So I was already scared.
Mhm.
Now I'm upset. Come on. Come on, please. I'm begging. 2 successes.
I thought you were saying 4 then, and I was like, my mind was about
This
to
is 4.
explode.
This is 4. But no, this is 2 successes. So what happens here is that I see Jessie like go and get the egg. And I immediately start looking through the technical equipment, and I see like the sliver of the egg, I see like all of these different instruments, and I start like literally pick them up and start throwing them like against the rocky walls. Like I take the sample, and even though it might hurt me, I throw it to the ground and I like crush it with my heel so it's unusable, like just mixed in with all of the dirt. And just in like a rage, I am destroying everything that I touch without a care that I'm being noisy, because it hurt me and it hurt whatever this thing is, and we are connected. And I don't let people hurt the things that I care about. And then Jessie's kind of by the door, like, Annabeth, let's go.
Yeah.
And I
definitely.
kind of
Annabeth.
come to my senses a little bit. Are there like any of like those those standing lights
On tripods, yeah.
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 I take one of those, and I kind of look at Jessie and I look at this, and then like on any paper notes, I just knock it over, like straight onto the paper, and I go, okay.
Oh, Smeg.
and I will leave with Jessie.
3 of you start running down the tunnel. There are shouts from behind you, but it's just chaos. And they're going to give chase, but they can't effectively do so right now. But right now, you run, and after a few moments, you see Kimberly coming the other way.
All right, lovers. Bip, bip, bip. Did somebody say team distraction and a car? What on earth is that? I'm just seeing this massive egg layer.
Kimberly, you're brilliant. We have to go.
Oh, okay. Yes, coach. Get
Shotgun.
in. Everyone get in. Okay. And then I'm guessing there's not much to move around, and I know someone else is coming from behind.
Oh, no.
I'm like, all right, guys.
Actually,
everyone
no,
hold on tight."
Jesse, get in the front. Jesse, get in the front.
What do you mean? Oh, fine.
Really quick. Is there like a mop or anything in any of these cupboards, like anything like that could be considered to be a pole arm.
Very few weapons rules in Tales from the Loop.
It's not. I'm not trying to use it to
It's just
injure.
just trying to get them out of the way.
A
Yeah.
clothesline. It's a
To close,
pattern for me.
because essentially my thought is
Jousting.
jousting. It's essentially because I'm like, if we've got people in front of us and people behind us, we're gonna have to knock somebody over. So I would
Potentially.
like to hop in because like these cars have like the backwards facing seats, and if they don't, I'll kneel on the seat.
do.
But I would like to have a reach stick, if you
I
will.
will say you could potentially get something out of one of the cupboards. Yes. However,
Okay.
we haven't completed the extended trouble.
Okay.
Next
Yep.
roll is Kimberly's. If Kimberly can narrate the scene of escaping these tunnels
All right.
with one success,
You can do
you
this.
get away.
Good lord. Okay. So picture the scene.
Kingsley's here.
Hello. Wrong actual play. Everyone gets in. Everyone crowds in, and I'm gonna do the very safe thing of putting my hand on the back of the other coach, look behind me, and reverse at speed. Again, using the ye old SNES racing games, because I know obviously backwards thing, and
Ye old.
ye old, and I will. Ooh, that was a massive
Oh,
box. I
I
don't know if you guys
saw
saw
that.
that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And I think I'm just gonna. You know what? We said they were kind. Did we say the tunnels were quite kind of circular? I don't remember, but if so, I will. If we come across anyone, I'm gonna turn the steering wheel so we slightly go up on 2 wheels. And try and use that momentum to go up on slightly on the wall and pass
We
them.
are going to die.
No, not with that attitude.
My
Not just
Where is
because
the
the
first
kids can't die. in this.
There's no iron team, but there is a me.
And you can do this. Let's go.
Yeah, reversed. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Very much so, yes.
Okay. I think this is. I'm going to say this is. It's between. It's obviously it's a move of some sort, with a -1 because of the condition thing. Yeah, the t-shirt, the football shirt doesn't work here either. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll. I'm just gonna do move. I think.
What
And
about your pride?
What about your pride?
Yeah, what's your pride?
Oh, my pride's a good one. It's the chicken one. No one calls me chicken.
Oh, come on.
Ooh.
That has to work here because this is the bravest thing I've ever seen.
I don't
Bravest
know.
in US
I think
Marine.
it's the possibly the silliest thing I've ever seen.
One of the
Foolish.
hazmats yells out that you're a coward.
I am
That
no
would be
coward.
too easy. That would be too easy.
Yeah,
Go on
yeah.
then,
Don't
just
call
a
me
straight
chicken.
roll, I think.
It is going to be straight roll. Okay.
Yep.
So again, just for tech things, hopefully it is. It should be okay because I've got move. I'm just editing it down, so I'm going to lose 1. There we go. Let's roll this. Yeah, that's right. I believe
Successes!
that's 3 successes out of 5, even with that -1 condition as well.
MVP.
It's the golf cart. Who knew?
So, that actually is 2 extra successes. So I want you to narrate with just all bells and whistles, with the impressing people, with the humiliating people, with everything you can, how you get out of this tunnel. Bear in mind, you also have to get out of the door and elude escape. You can do that for us in one succinct narration. That'll bring us home.
Okay, so you know that bit in E.T. There's a ramp conveniently nearby, and I reverse back and I see many hazmatsu people, and I was like, hold on, and I just I don't know, find a second gear, and ooh, Spotify is doing an advert. Go away, Spotify. And then we all hold on and we go do 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 do, like in this tunnel, over the heads, and maybe if Annabeth did get something, clocks one of them just to make sure that they don't follow. we dump down sort of, and we kind of get to that exit. Unfortunately, we cannot take the car. So, if anything, I say, "Get out! I'll meet you at the Wendy house." And I then put I find see a locker, find a bucket, put it on the reverse thing, lock the wheel, so it's just going to keep on going down and cause a big ruckus essentially, and it will crash. And then I was like, Scarper, and I will go in a completely different direction to everyone else, and meet them back at the Wendy house. Oh no, because we need. Oh, we take the egg off the golf cart first, and
That's
and
very
I'm like,
Sensible.
and then I go, Scarper, no, we can't Scarper. To the Wendy house, and like try and get us to the Wendy house.
Bites!
Yes, bikes.
All
Was
right.
that succinct enough?
It was beyond epic. It was absolutely fantastic. So you are going to the Wendy house.
My
We'll
rap
say
sheet
that
doesn't look great.
you've caused absolute chaos in this service tunnel of what Regis had been trying to keep an under wraps investigation, a quiet piece of research into something unique and bizarre that had entered this world. And now it's gone. And they know that someone has taken it, and they don't know who. All that is left in your wake is glitter and destroyed equipment and a renegade golf cart. You head back to the Wendy house, somehow managing to not attract attention from anybody, despite carrying this huge egg. Maybe they just think you had a very lucky, very generous Easter.
We cover it in foil.
Cover it in foil.
Fantastic. Becky gets her
And
art supplies out and starts colouring in the sides.
Please don't. I'm
No.
so scared what that will do to me.
Annabeth, you feel calmer than you have done all day.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in contact with this egg, you feel peaceful and happy. And the tumult in your head has quieted. You head back to the Wendy house and you find a place to store this egg. And it just sits there. It's just an egg. It doesn't react to you in any way. It feels slightly warm to the touch. But for now, all you can do is keep it secret. Try and take care of it. And see what happens. So, you've done something wild and dangerous, and it's going to have consequences that four of you cannot see yet.
Nah.
There's going to be an impact on the rest of your lives. It's going to be far-reaching. But for now, those consequences are invisible. Life goes on. You keep the secret safe, but no one but the four of you knows what happened in those tunnels. Let's go around and very briefly see how achingly normal things will be for you in the aftermath. And what we do at the end of any session of Tales from the Loop is similar to what we did at the beginning. Each of you will have a brief scene from your regular mundane life, just to highlight how normal things can be. After the camping trip, you all go back and finish the camping trip, keeping the secret between you all of what has happened, not daring to breathe a whisper of it in front of any of your parents. And then you head home. There's the rest of the half-term holidays, and then you go back to school, and the routine resumes. What is life like for Becky?
I think she came out of those tunnels feeling like she'd made some kind of difference to something. like she'd made an impact, like she was valued and important. And it was a really, of course, Millie. And it was a really, really nice feeling. And I think she feels closer to her friends and to her sister in a lot of ways. Possibly until she goes back to school and life resumes, and at lunchtimes Kimberly is playing football and Annabeth is in the library and Jessie is off listening to music or taking some time to themselves. And there's just this sort of like deep rooted sense of almost disappointment at that, having grasped that feeling of being visible and having it promptly lost again. And I think that she yearns for some connection that perhaps she is missing and has been missing for quite some time. And she hasn't done this before because ever since Mum died, Dad was grieving. They became more and more distant because she wanted to give him the space to grieve, and she didn't want to be a bother. She didn't want to make his life any harder. And that slowly became her allowing them to drift apart. And she sort of takes some time to remember when she was a child and remember how her father used to build robots with her. And she takes the dusty fairy, robotic fairy, off of the shelf. And she would probably go to find her father as I think she's been feeling it ever since she watched Jessie and Mr. Reynolds interacting and sort of saw this strange sense of wanting to spend time with each other, but also wanting to be far away from each other. And she can kind of understand that, but she wants that connection back. And so I think she would go to her father with this fairy in hand. And I don't know how she'll find him, but she'd want to get him alone. And she would probably say to him, "Hey, Dad, I think I know what I want for my birthday."
Birthday? Oh, yeah, it's your birthday soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's next week.
Oh, wow. Time moves fast. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. What could I get you? What would you like?
And obviously, normally she asks for something fairy. She asks, like, or something magical. I want a new sparkly pen wand. I want a new tutu or a pair of wings. Something that probably her dad can't even connect to or understand. If anything, that was more her mother that would understand that sort of childlike wonder and always had that and shared that with her. But she kind of sits next to him and she says, "Can we make a robot together?"
A robot?
Yeah, like, and she presents the fairy that they made together a very long time ago. And she says, "It doesn't have to be a fairy, it can be anything. I just miss making robots."
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, I do that sort of thing all day, every day. Yeah, I could make you a robot. You sure you didn't want something a bit more, you know?
No, I think that it's time that I maybe started to grow up a little bit.
I understand why you might feel that way, but don't be in such a rush. Be who you are. There's so much of her in you. I don't want you to. You don't have to hide that from me or anyone.
I'm tired of feeling like I'm being left behind.
You're not. You're blazing a different path. It's different. One day you'll understand.
And I think she comes so close to telling him everything. But I think that when she looks in his eyes, she can still see that even if she did, she wouldn't be believed. So she kind of just leans in and gives him a little kiss on the cheek and says, "Love you, Dad. I know you're trying. You choose the robot, okay?" And then she scurries off upstairs to go and draw something.
Kimberly.
So after the camping trip, we sort of come back, and I think Kimberly just looks guilty, so instantly is punished, even though they have no idea why. So I think both Dad and Mum are like they put me to work in the fish and chip shop because it's been heaving all this time, and so I get very little time to myself to really sort of think things through. But any moments I have, again, I'm sort of like listening to the radio about the football results, the matches, etc. Maybe as a sort of cutaway point, we go outside Simon's house. There's like a ring of a doorbell. Whoever opens the door, doesn't see anyone, looks down, there's a tooth on the doorstep. And Kimberly later thinks that does seem more like a threat than an actual. Oh. So Kimberly's like, "Oh, I tried to do the right thing, and now I've lost a tooth. Oh well." And can mostly be found also be kicking a football in the back streets behind the chippy most nights. Occasionally, maybe would never really say it to her friends, although I assume her friends would know about it. Go off for the extra lessons with the head teacher, I believe Mr. Parker, and let's say, I don't know, every Wednesday night. And so having to deal with that and just still hurt a little bit from that, sort of being upset, essentially, that, like, Kimberly's idea got shot down, but in fact that idea saved us in the end, sort of. And now she's lost a tooth as a result, and it's just not fair. Yeah.
Jessie.
I think after the camping trip, things go back to a normal that Jessie doesn't enjoy, which is that he doesn't see his dad that often, and his mom's still not back in the house. And I think it bothers him so much. And he probably goes and seeks out Nicole. Where his sister doesn't she's moved out to live in a flat with some of her mates. And so the only time they really get to see each other is when either of them make the effort. And it's a bit easier for Jesse to do that because he doesn't have a work schedule. So he'll go by the stove when she's on break, and it comes out of them in like this just angry tumult. It's just, he made such a huge deal about this. This is what we're doing. We're gonna do this weekend. And he made such a deal. And then as soon as he had a chance to leave, he didn't even look that bothered. It's like, what am I? And he did. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I just feel like all of these things are happening to me, and I don't know what I'm if I what I don't know how I don't know what am I supposed to feel right now?
Listen, if I could pour you a drink, I would. But that would be a
We
temporary
could.
solution. I cannot. There are people around. I can't tell you what to feel, man. I don't. That is. I think he's trying his best. I know it's hard to tell. His wife left him. I mean, you gotta try and have some sympathy for that, right? And mom, I don't know when she's coming back, but I think they're both sort of trying to do what they think is best. But they're adults, so they're idiots. They don't know what's best. I think the best thing you can do is keep your head down. Let them sort it out. Hope that they do sort it out, one way or another.
I just feel bad, Nick.
That's why I would offer you the drink. Focus on what makes you feel good, I guess. You got good stuff, right?
Yeah,
There you go.
my friends are good.
You sure? They're friends with you, so I would question their taste.
Hey, don't say nothing bad about my friends. They're good friends.
All right. Keep you out of trouble. I guess they can't be all bad.
Now when you say trouble,
You getting in trouble?
Kimberly.
no.
Good. Then you're not getting in trouble, right?
Yeah, not getting in trouble.
Now I can't pour you a drink, but I can get you a Coke.
Can you get me 2 Cokes?
Yeah, you can have two.
And that's why you're the best sister.
Like it in writing. Annabelle.
So I think The rest of my friends are surrounded by people or seeking people out, but Annabeth is very much the opposite. Like, she feels a pull to the Wendy house, but she can't spend all of her time there. And I think it's like one of those scenes, like where she's sat on her bed, and like the music of like the show kind of fades out, and it's like, you know, that like ringing that you get in your ears. And like it just kind of focuses on her face as she's sat there and she's thinking about like the thing that they saw that night and the whole opening, and like the tunnels and the egg and the pain and the pins and needles and being in the library and like all of these things, and it kind of like pans in on her face as she's like hearing the things that her friends said, feeling the pain that she felt, and then everything kind of just goes quiet, and you can hear like someone saying Annabeth, and all of a sudden she's in class and she's like missed being called upon like for a question, and she's like just completely zoned out. Like she just feels this pull to be somewhere else. And so like she's just really quite vacant at the moment. And when she kind of has to be present, she's throwing herself into her books, like barely talking at home. She's not even like sniping at her stepdad anymore. Like she's just like physically she is here, but mentally she is somewhere completely different in a little like ramshackle hut next to the beach,
Mm.
just trying to make sure that she feels that feeling of safety constantly.
And it's elusive. For the first few days and weeks, it's like a pull, like you say, and it deepens and it sharpens and it resolves itself into something that you could only describe as a hunger, this emptiness inside you and need to fill it with something. And one night, you're adrift in dreams, as you have been since this all began. But it's a day that you did go, you went to the Wendy house just to sit. And in your sleep, you feel this hunger, you feel this emptiness. And then you don't. There is something, some fullness, some rightness, something square shaped just drops into that square shaped hole. And you sleep better than you have in. And if we were to go to the cabin, go to the Wendy house, we would see a torch left lying on the table next to the little cubby where you stashed the egg. Left on by mistake when you left. Piercing the darkness with a wide beam. Suddenly the light surges, brightens, the torch sparks, and then goes dark. And that's the moment that you drift into the deepest sleep of your life.